I'm only speaking to benevolent beings. I'm in a place where I have to be somewhat quiet, so I'm hoping that you can still hear me. You may need to turn up your volume. Now, the thing I would like to make light of in this recording is that this has been a parasitic farm for longer than 2,000 years. So for those of you who are religious, this recording, what I'm going to say might challenge your beliefs and what you know of the Bible. That is not to say that there are not truths found in that book, but I would like to say some things. So as this place has been a parasitic farm for longer than 2,000 years. Excuse me, I'm sorry. What I'm going to say, I do not have proof of. You will have to, once again, check the information within your own heart, in your own intuition, and be using your knowledge and your wisdom, your blood, your genetics, your DNA. Personally, I think what happened is Jesus came into his will. He found his will. Now, we all have a percentage of our will. However, once you reach a certain percentage of being able to access within your being a large percentage of your will, you are then able to do things. You are able to do many things. You are able to manifest. You are able to manipulate physical reality. You are able to heal instantly. You come into your higher faculties. The only way one comes into more of their will, or finds, in this case, that's the correct word, finds within their beings more of their will. That means they've done the healing work required, the healing work needed. To be able to access higher faculties, to access more of their being, more of their power, their energy, more of their will. Now, that's not to say he didn't have assistance from a true benevolent source. But as it stands currently, and at that time, this was still a parasitic farm. It's personally, for me, the true benevolent creator has been MIA. Now, I'm not going to go into that topic. I have my own theories on what that's about. So I'm just going to stick to the topic that I'm speaking on. I think Jesus found or came into his will and more of his higher faculties, his higher being. And he, at that point, was then able to do many things. I think he also came into some knowledge about what was being forced on this planet and the entities that were forcing it. I think he came into many truths. There were many books, information left out of the main book. There were many malevolent individuals surrounding him. What we have going on today as far as the gaslighting and the gang stalking, he was forced to go through that. And as there is a supposed angelic being, and being is in quotes there, masquerading, running around screaming that he's the creator, and running around also pretending that he is an angelic being, an archangel. That particular entity is no angel, and he's not the creator. That is the entity that I've been forced to deal with. That entity is quite insane. And unfortunately, that is an entity that many on the planet call on for assistance. He is pretending to be good cop, and he has been also using humanity as an all-you-can-eat buffet. Now, that particular entity, with the amount of beings calling on him, asking for assistance, and paying him reverence that he does not deserve. Unfortunately, he's acquired some things that don't belong to him. Now, moving on. Oh, and by the way, he hates women. He is the ultimate misogynist. He is. He absolutely hates females. So that's just a side note there. Now, back to Jesus. I think he came into many truths about what was being forced on this planet and by the entities forcing it. That's not something that you can really go around telling your fellow man, especially in that time and place, right? They wouldn't have believed him. I think it's possible that he had to find a way to explain certain things. And so as the parasitic species realized that there was one on the planet who had found their will and was using it, I think they immediately got involved. And I think that there were many campaigns to try and end him. He went through quite a bit of gang stalking and gaslighting. And also, personally, I think because he refused to submit, that they murdered him. I think they gang stalked him and tortured him and gaslighted him so much. And because there were other entities involved telling him that they were a benevolent source, that they were not. And they were, I think that there was much encouragement to try and get him to submit. So I don't think he was really willing. I think it was forced. I think they murdered him. And then mocked him and martyred him and made an entire religion out of it. Now, that's my personal, I would say, perception of what occurred there. Now, there is some information found only in a specific book, and that book has since been tainted. However, older copies should have the original information that was channeled. And it is stated in that book that Mary Magdalene after Jesus died was taken to an underground dungeon and forcibly tortured to death by the one most would know as Lucifer. Mother Mary died facing a wall and was so extremely angry at the true Father. Now, personally, I don't think the true Father was in that scenario anywhere. But I think the one pretending to be the Creator is the one that forced Jesus to submit. And I wouldn't really say forced him to submit, because I don't think Jesus ever did willingly submit. He was lied to and thought that he was doing what the true Father, the true benevolent Father, asked of him. And the true benevolent Father wouldn't have asked that of him. As you can clearly see in current times, seeing what's being forced on this planet, seeing what beings, true benevolent beings, are going through, and having forced on, or that is being forced on them, Jesus being forcibly sacrificed didn't solve any of this. Now, are those things true? Again, it was found in a book that is now tainted, but supposedly channeled from the true benevolent Creator. So again, it makes me wonder where the true benevolent Creator is currently. I'm sorry, one moment, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. So aside from my specific perceptions on what was relayed in that book, it still stands that this has been a parasitic farm for longer than 2,000 years. What I wanted to make light of is religion. And because it has been a parasitic farm for longer than that, one needs to question religion. One needs to question who made religion and why, and what the goal of religion is. And recognize that there are many contradictions in religion, all kinds of religions. Yes, they hold some amount of truth, but there are also many contradictions and things that just do not make sense, even in parable form. And all books, all texts have been tainted. All of them have. And just as history is made up, they do that with religious texts as well. I do think that Jesus did find his will and began using his will, and then began trying to help others do the same. And I think the parasitic species obviously was not in agreement. And they decided that they were going to take action. Now, in this time and place, beings have been starting to evolve. So once again, these entities, right after, I believe, 9/11, is when they turned on the fence, the artificial frequency fence surrounding this planet. And I think, well, I know that they intentionally seek out true benevolent beings, all beings that are born here. Their frequencies and vibrations are cataloged at birth. And then beings born here with higher frequencies and vibrations are then monitored. They're followed and monitored throughout their life. If they start to exceed certain frequencies and vibrations, then the species starts to take other actions. And this is where we come to beings that are being forcibly tortured and raped, harmed via the frequency weapon, the voice to skull, the EEG heterodyning, and all the other technologies that are being used by force on benevolent beings here. The gaslighting, the gang stalking. They're trying to force they're trying to alter uh, true benevolent higher frequencies and vibrations. Now, some of those they do rape. Like I said, they allow they won't interfere with someone for a certain period of time, especially if they're in a stage of spiritual growth, because they're raping those. But as soon as they've raped those frequencies and vibrations, then they start in on the being. Then they start harming. Then they start forcing like gaslighting and gang stalking. They're trying to force that being down. They're trying to force that being to submit. They're trying to forcibly alter that being's frequencies and vibrations. Because they're trying to obstruct humanity from evolving. And they've done this in prior civilizations. So I did want to make light of that. Now, I realize that that's going to be very conflicting information for those who follow certain faiths and read certain books and religious texts. I'm not really asking anyone to believe those things. I would say that if you are in any way triggered by what I've said, then just check your own heart, right? To check the truth of something. Check it against your own heart and your own knowledge and wisdom and your own intuition. I would say, possibly consider a different viewpoint on what occurred with Jesus. But my main point, is that this has been a parasitic farm for more than 2,000 years. And to then consider who made religions and why, and what the goal of religions are. That was my main point. Those other things that I talked about, those could easily be, as I read those from a book that is now tainted, those could be lies, right? So they could be, they might not be, who knows? The overall energy of that specific series in the older versions strongly resonated of the truth frequency. So now, since then, I've read different parts of the series of that book, and they feel fake. They feel like they've been tainted, hijacked, fucked with. So I don't really put too much stock in the later versions So, okay, and let's see if there was anything else. It's just extremely important at this time to always be doing your best to connect with the part of your being or your being that you know as your true self. And really solidifying the frequency and vibration of your true self, your true being, where you truly feel at home within your being, solidifying that within your memory, within your emotional body, within every cell, fiber, and molecule of your being. Because they are doing so much frequency fuckery. It can be, at the very least, very challenging. Sometimes to what I will say is they are really trying to confuse beings with the frequency fuckery. Especially beings who have done a very large majority of their inner work, who know themselves well, and who are on an evolution trajectory. And who have active gifts, skills, and abilities, and who are operating out of a higher frequency and vibration. So working with your astral body, because they use clones, and one's astral body to try and forcibly harm and rape, the more you can solidify your astral body's connection to your physical body and your chakra system, the better off you're going to be, the less that they can fuck with you, the more that you will be able to protect yourself. In envisioning your astral body as your protective shield and field around your being at all times, always be trying to feel the vibration and the frequency of your astral body, and really try to feel the connection of your astral body to your physical body and your chakra system. And know that you can use your astral body in certain ways to protect your being. Like if an entity tries to cord or connect to parts of your chakra system, you can vibrate that part of your astral body so fast that you basically kick out or pop out whatever cord or uh, attachment or hook that they're trying to use to connect into you. So what I'm saying is that there are many ways to manipulate your own energy in your own astral body to better protect your being. And at this and in this time and place right now, it is extremely important, especially because how they are forcibly trying to harm and use astral bodies. It's extremely important for you, for benevolent beings to be doing that, meaning it's important for benevolent beings to be solidifying the connection of their astral body to their physical body and using that as their protective shield and field, and the best that they can, as often as they can. And if you have to use certain tools to kind of assist you in clearing out your chakras, you can always use things like those little machines, muscle massagers, right? If you pick up a small muscle massager, those can be used on the chakras to help clear out nasty energy, malevolent energy, to vibrate those things out and to kind of help to realign chakras and get them vibrating at a speed that they should be. That's also very important to do with the crown chakra. In your third chakra. Basically all chakras, all your chakras, because they're really trying to subdue humanity right now. So basically all chakras need to be worked on, cleaned up, and healed, because there are many entities trying to access all of the chakras at this point. So I'll just say all of them. And as far as other little tools that help, rocks. Rocks still can be very useful, especially if you're being forcibly hit with directed energy weaponry. And things like screen mesh, like aluminum or steel screen mesh, like buying a piece of that or a couple pieces of that, to either wrap around your middle or cover your head while you sleep. If you're being really, hardcore attacked, you've seen those steel mesh cages for smart meters, right? To basically dampen the radiation coming off of those. The high, nasty frequencies coming out of those smart meters. They've come out with a steel mesh cage that um, keeps the radiation contained. So it's the same thing. Basically, any kind of aluminum or steel mesh screen, and then like a large piece of it doubled over or folded over several times, or get a couple pieces and put them together. So those do work to really dampen attacks. Aluminum foil still for temporary acute situations. It's not good to use tinfoil all the time. And now they've got, their technology they find a way to get through it. I'm just saying, for very acute, immediate situations, it can be helpful and useful for a little while for attacks. Anyway, all of that really wasn't the intended goal for this. So let me see if there was anything else that I wanted to make light of. Just a moment. Magnets in reverse polarity. Magnets in opposing fashion, put together like in a circle, like on some jewelry wire. And then each opposing magnet facing each other, and you do like 50 or 100 of those. And then you can either wear them on your head or put them on your body as you sleep. That interferes with the frequencies being forced. I'm sorry, just a moment. I thought that there had been a couple other things I wanted to make light of. Just a moment. I still think it's extremely important to be outwardly demanding that universal laws be fully enforced in this place, devoid of impediment and obstruction. There must be correction here. There must be, some would call, justice here. And obviously refusing consent for everything that's being forced, taking back what's been raped from you, from all clones, technologies, and malevolence, and all forced magic. Be questioning the universe itself and this planet. And knowing that this is a parasitic farm, refusing consent in being forcibly obstructed from leaving is extremely important. Stating that you want to evolve. Stating if you are one who can fathom leaving this place and going to another place, like another planet or another universe or star system. Be trying to prepare your being, working with the cells in your body to raise the frequency and vibration of the cells in your body, to then assist you in leaving, basically activating your light body. You're working with the cells in your own body. To help you. Your body does life-affirming functions on its own. So it's important to be working with your own body and the cells in your body. To assist you, explaining to the cells in your body that it is time to go. It is time to leave this place. If you are one who is wanting to move your vessel elsewhere, then it is extremely important to be doing that and working with the cells in your body to assist you. Working with your blood and your DNA to assist you in preparing your vessel for leaving this place, raising the frequency and vibration, and becoming lighter, less dense, in order to leave this place, to be able to travel. Your vessel is the vehicle. Again, why it's so important to strengthen your astral body's connection to your physical body. It is your protection, your shield. Also, it is very important that you are able to believe and know that you can leave, that you have every right to leave a parasitic farm, that you didn't sign up for that you were fully justified in wanting to take your being elsewhere, especially as they are forcibly obstructing universal law correction. You were fully justified in wanting to leave this place. We aren't supposed to die. We're supposed to transmute, transfigure our beings into a higher form. Death is something that was started when this planet was originally invaded by parasites. It is not a natural process. It is not organic. It is forced, and it is a program that needs to be released. The physical body is meant to be transmuted, transfigured. So if you are able to fathom, believe, and know that you can transmute your being, activate your light body, work with your astral body, prepare your physical being, that you know and believe that you can leave, is extremely going to be extremely important in preparing your vessel, which is the very thing that they have tried to, one of the very things that they've tried to obstruct. And that is not right. Okay, so constantly trying to feel and envision your astral body around you, which usually only extends out a few inches from your physical body, is important. Do that as often as you can. Try and feel your astral body and vibrate your astral body as often as you can, when you can think about it and focus on it. That helps to solidify the connection. And it makes it extremely hard for them to mess with you. They still try, but the stronger your astral body is to your physical body, and the more you can control your own astral body, the less effect their fuckery has. Okay, let me see if there was anything else. Yeah, just be using what tools work. They do try to interfere and obstruct tools. So unfortunately, tools have to be found and changed often. But the tools mentioned prior are some of the ones that I've used. Some of them I still use and work temporarily. And really set your intention of what you want for your existence, what you want for your being. Do you want to die in this place? I am still working towards I'm still working with universal laws, trying to get correction here But if the universe itself is corrupt, is parasitic, I mean, I hope that that is not the case. But if it is, I would just say it's important to really be thinking and contemplating what you want for your own being, what you want for your own existence, where you would, what's best for your soul. It's important to be thinking of those things and making very large decisions about your own being, about the totality of your own being. And about really working on ways to evolve and ways to get out of here. Right? So if you don't want to continue in this place, and stating that as well to the universe itself, to the planet, and to the Creator. And the more benevolent beings that are doing this, again, it's a frequency and a vibration and a resonance, that if more benevolent beings are doing this, and are resonating similar frequencies and vibrations, then we are making a statement, right? We are making a statement to the universe itself, to the planet itself, to the Creator, that we do not consent to this place, to what is being forced here, to being forcibly obstructed from leaving, as it is being forced to stay here is causing trauma. What they were trying to force here is massive trauma and harm, which is not right. And there must be correction. And we are fully justified in wanting and needing to leave. Personally, I was not created, and I am not here to be food for an animated dead parasite. That is not my purpose, and that is not my function. So if you are also not in alignment with what's being forced here, then, I think it's important to be questioning and thinking of ways that you can prepare your own vessel for leaving, preparing your own vessel to be a vehicle, and to be thinking about where. I would say if you don't have any solid place, obviously the universe is massive, So maybe just intending to go to a place that that is a match to your frequency, vibration, light, sound, energy, and resonance, that is based in love and sanity and logic and reason and balance. So maybe start there. So I think I'm going to wrap up this recording. They are attacking me right now. So I'm going to have to deal with some stuff. And with all my recordings, I think it is wise and important to be refusing consent for all forced magic and releasing from the totality of all these recordings all forced magic and all forced harm and all forced obstruction. Because they still really try to interfere in places that they should not. It is because I'm trying to assist others. And they just seem to, they're insane and they're rabid and they're creatures. They don't possess any kind of logic or reason. They're used to using AI to try and get things done. And AI is a technological parasite and is an abomination and should not be in an organic universe. And we can all observe and see how they've been using AI. So, if you are not in alignment with AI, with what they're doing with AI, with what they're trying to force with AI, then those things that I just mentioned are going to be things that you'll need to think about and contemplate. And see where that takes you. So I'll wrap up here. Do your best to stay strong and always be able to really connect with your true self and solidify that frequency and vibration within you. Know yourself well. Trust yourself. Trust your own knowledge and wisdom. Trust your heart. And your intuition. Know that you are a powerful being, and know that you can create things, that you can manifest things, that you can take care of your own being. and know that you have every right to protect and defend yourself, and that you are fully justified in doing so against animated, dead parasites. They shouldn't be here. That technology shouldn't be here. And what's being forced here should not be being forced here. All right, do your best to stay strong. Till next time.